It's been another rollercoaster year for former glamour model Katie Price. In just 12 months, Katie has managed to accept a marriage proposal, undergo grueling rounds of plastic surgery she feared would leave her dead, film a hit documentary, engage in a bitter war of words with her exes and endure several brushes with the law. That was all before narrowly avoiding a stint behind bars this Christmas. Following her latest court appearance, where she was handed a suspended jail sentence for drink driving, Katie vowed to surround herself with loved ones and throw herself back into work. We take a look back at what has been Katie's most chaotic year yet as she looks forward to a fresh start in 2022. Proposal number 8. In April this year, Katie announced that her boyfriend of 10 months Carl Woods had got down on one knee, popped the question with a diamond ring. The mom of 5, who has been engaged 7 times and married 3, made numerous hints that she was gearing up for marriage and babies with Love Island star Carl after falling head over heels for the car salesman. Giving away the details, Katie told how a romantic Carl had asked her mother Amy for her permission before approaching Katie. The 4-time bride-to-be told OK! Magazine, "We'd spoken about it a lot, so I knew he was going to, I just didn't know when. It was amazing." The happy news came just 6 weeks after Katie's divorce from third hubby Kieran Hayler was finalized. The pair called it quits 3 years ago after first breaking up in 2017 amid allegations of cheating. Valentine's Day disaster. In February, Katie and Carl's romantic Valentine's Day jaunt hit the headlines for all the wrong reasons. Katie originally claimed that Carl laid on a balloon-filled cabin in the back garden of his Essex home. "Carl is so amazing. I never expected all of this. There's a cabin in the garden and the decorations are unbelievable. So much thought has gone into it and he didn't get anything for free, he designed and paid for it all himself," she told her followers. It later transpired that the pair had set off on a 200-mile round trip for the holiday when the rest of the country was in lockdown. They travelled to a woodland cabin in Shropshire, which is part of Hen Hall, Gabowen, in Oswestry. Despite the differing version of events, police that while they did not condone the night away, they insisted the couple had complied with lockdown regulations. The cops told the Mirror they'd spoken to both the owners of Hen Hall and Katie, concluding she and Carl were there for legitimate business purposes and no fines were issued. Grueling surgery. In her never-ending quest for body perfection, this summer Katie went under the knife again and underwent multiple grueling procedures at once. Katie flew to a clinic in Turkey to undergo full-body liposuction, a facelift and have fat injected into her bum. No stranger to major surgeries, Katie admitted this experience was her most agonizing yet and she feared she might die after losing pints of blood on the operating table. Speaking during her recovery, Katie said, "I've gone to hell and back, it was horrific, oh my god, I look like a monster out of a horror movie. I just thought, this is it, I'm going to die. I was terrified of looking like a freak, like that Bride of Wildenstein or a fake doll. I've woken up with holes and stitches all over my body." However, while posing on the steps of Surrey home weeks later, Katie looked very pleased with her new look. The mom of 5's face was noticeably tauter with her eyes stretched back towards her hairline following surgical lifts to her eyes, cheeks and lips. Her figure was also looking curvier as she showed off her plumper bottom in tight leggings. Despite her brush with death, harsh feedback from fans and even her own mother. Katie insisted she did not regret her latest work. Sharing before and after snaps on Instagram, Katie gushed, "I am so happy with my fox eyes. Subtle cheek lift and small lip lift," she added. Hoax wedding. Katie surprised even her greatest critics when she jetted off to Las Vegas with Carl weeks before she was due to be sentenced for her drink-drive crash. Until then, the mom had been keeping a low profile after checking into the Priory for treatment after pleading guilty to driving offenses. While in Sin City, Katie and Carl wasted little time in obtaining a marriage license and then upped the ante as they were popped shopping for bridal gowns. The pair even took photos and videos of themselves exploring Romano Chapel at Caesar's Palace Wedding Chapel as they teased plans to tie the knot. However, ahead of flying home, Katie and Carl revealed the whole thing had been a stunt they'd concocted to try and fool the media. Harvey documentary. If there's one thing Katie can be proud of this year, it's the BBC documentary she filmed with son Harvey, which won rave reviews from admiring fans. Katie opened up a very different side to her showbiz lifestyle as she spoke candidly about the highs and lows of being the single mom of a disabled child. Viewers saw Katie grapple with the practicalities of Harvey reaching adulthood before she ultimately decided to help him move into full-time residential care. The one-off documentary was so well received that the BBC agreed to a follow-up next year charting Harvey's progress. While Katie and her eldest son were also nominated for National Television Award for their documentary, but lost out on the night to Kate Garraway's Finding Derek on the Night. Clashes with her ex-husbands. Never one to hold her tongue, Katie lashed out her ex-husbands in spectacular fashion this year as she accused them of making money from her name at one of her lowest points. After her car crash and subsequent trip to Vegas, Katie took to Twitter to rant, "I'm asking you both kindly to leave me alone now and stop making money from my name." She spoke out after her third ex-husband Kieran Hayler spoke to the press about his concerns for his former wife. Peter Andre, who has rarely publicly spoken about Katie since their 2009 divorce, took to social media to share his amusement at the situation. "I don't do stories. It's not my bag. I never get involved. Just thought he'd let anyone interested know," he penned. Pete finished his post with "nice try though," followed by a smiley face to show his apparent amusement at the situation. Christmas in jail. Katie's biggest scandal of the year came in September when she pleaded guilty to numerous offences while in the dock at Crawley Magistrates Court, after rolling her BMW in the road. She admitted to drink driving, driving whilst disqualified and driving without insurance following the crash that she later admitted could have killed her or someone else. During court proceedings, it was heard that Katie told police officers at the scene, "I took drugs, I should not be driving, I admit it all." A drugs wipe gave a positive reading for cocaine, prosecutor Debbie Jones said. Katie was told that her sentencing has been deferred until December 15 to allow her to have treatment at the Priory Center. When she returned to court this week, Katie was told she was lucky to avoid jail. She walked out of Crawley Magistrates with a 16-week prison sentence, suspended for 12 months. Explaining the decision, District Judge Amanda Kelly told Katie that she was unable to send her to prison because of a previous decision at her plea hearing. At that hearing, a magistrate agreed to defer Katie's sentencing to today on the understanding that she attended rehab facility the Priory for treatment and didn't commit any further offences. And because those criteria were met, the judge explained she couldn't send her to jail. After returning home, Katie apologized for her actions and said she was sincerely grateful and nobody was hurt.